Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and welcome back to the CWS Season 4, Episode 24. So, we are back. Yes, we've taken a couple of weeks off just to recharge the old batteries, just to check out some wrestling that I haven't been able to check out, and genuinely, I just wanted to have a small break away. Yes, I was away on holiday for 2 weeks, for 1 week, and then last week, I didn't really have an episode, unfortunately, which is a bit sucky, but I do have an episode for you tonight. We are going to be checking out Vengeance from 2003. Now, I'm looking forward to this one. I remember Vince actually being on the card, so this one's going to be fun. And our opening contest is the United States Championship Finals. It is Chris Benoit taking on Eduardo Guerrero, or Eddie Guerrero. So, let's get to this opening contest, shall we? So, we just had our opening contest. Chris Benoit taking on Eddie Guerrero for the United States Championship. So, this show takes place before SummerSlam 2003. So, naturally, as we know in SummerSlam 2003, Eddie Guerrero is holding the US Championship. This is the finals of said tournament, as I said at the beginning. And this was it's an Eddie Guerrero versus Chris Benoit match. If they had a bad match, I'd be pretty shocked. But this was great. This was a really fun matchup. It was entertaining. It was well done. Great mat wrestling by Benoit as always. Awesome wrestling by Eddie. These two just worked so well together. From being in ECW to being in WCW and now WWE. Yeah, WWE got a steal with both Benoit and Eddie being on SmackDown. It was just absolutely amazing. Rhino comes out to basically go Benoit to basically carry on that feud, because Benoit beat Rhino in the I believe it was the semi-finals, if I recall. So yeah, this was a fun little matchup. Yoshihiro Tajiri gets involved as well, leading into SummerSlam, which leads into that fatal four-way. So yeah, this was a fun little matchup. It was entertaining. We now have Vince McMahon and Steph talking about their match. Stephanie is wrestling Sable tonight, and Vince is wrestling Zach Gowen. Sweet, merciful shit, I forgot that this was even on the card. Yay! So, we will get to our next matchup. Oh my god, we just had the indecent proposal match between Billy Gunn and Jamie Noble. Oh my god. This was quick and to the point. Jamie Noble just gets to roll up on Billy Gunn and gets the win. So that means Tori has to spend a night with Jamie Noble. I think, if I recall, Noble gets battered by Billy, if I recall, on SmackDown. I need to double check this. But yeah, this was... It was a match. The bell ran to start the match and the bell ran to end the match. It was just a quick and easy matchup, just to get the fact that we've got our next matchup coming up. Just to basically hide the fact that they're building the set for it. So that's why. So our next matchup is going to be a barroom brawl featuring the APA and multiple people. So I will get that written down. And the APA! The fact that Bradshaw was turned into JBL is still mind-blowing to me. It's weird as fuck. But we do have the invitational barroom brawl, so let's get to this. So, just quick before we get to the barroom brawl. So, the US title brackets were Chris Benoit versus Rhino. Rhino wins via... Chris Benoit wins via the crossface. Matt Hardy versus Rikishi. Matt Hardy wins via pinfall. John Cena versus Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn wins via pinfall. Eddie Guerrero versus Ultimo Dragon. Eddie wins via pinfall. Benoit beat Matt Hardy, and then Billy Gunn was pinned by Eddie Guerrero. So just to catch you up with that one. So, we will get to this barroom brawl. Can't wait for it. Let's do it. My god, so we just had the APA annual first ever barroom brawl. My god, it was basically last person drinking wins the match. So my god, you knew the APA were going to win this fight. So yeah, so we have got so many fucking people. So we have the Brooklyn Brawler, Chuck Colombo, Chris Canyon, Consequences Dos, Conquistador Uno and Dos, Daddy Basham, Don't for Crown, Doug Basham, Easter Bunny, Farouk Funaki, John Hennigan, better known as Johnny Mundo, better known as Johnny Wrestling, Jesus Christ, Johnny Stamboli, Shannon Moore, Nunzio, Matt Cataloni, no idea who the hell he is. I think he was in Tough Enough. Matt Hardy, Orlando Jordan, Sean O'Hare, Spanky, Brother Love, and the eventual winner of the matchup, Bradshaw. This was intriguing. This was basically just a... this was basically the old-fashioned piss up in a brewery, basically. It's a bar fight. So you can't really get real like pinfalls or tables and stuff like that. Sean O'Hare spinning the Easter Bunny's head around and just punching him in the face. I fucking pissed myself laughing at that one. Shannon Moore using the stage to basically jump onto Brother Love, and then Brother Love just throwing him into a mirror. Easter Bunny trying to do the bar slide. It doesn't fucking work. So JBL just literally throws him into the mirror, which was intriguing and entertaining. But yeah, this was just your standard bar fight. It was just it was fun. It was all right. It wasn't too bad, but again, it was just a bog standard matchup. So now we have got Jamie Noble looking, well, I'm not going to really say what he's looking at. He's looking at an adult magazine, let's just say that one that Miss Wilson participated in. And now we've got Kidman and Rey Mysterio taking on the world's greatest tag team for the tag team titles. Ooh, this will be interesting. Let's get to this matchup. So we just had Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas, the world's greatest tag team, taking on Rey Mysterio and Billy Kidman, the former two former members of the Filthy Animals, with K-Dog, Conan, and I think it was Psychosis. Could be wrong. Juventud Guerrera, there we go. So yeah, interesting matchup. Two mat-based wrestlers, two high flyers. This was interesting. It was really fun, actually. I'm not really gonna lie, it was really good. Haas and Benjamin are just amazingly good in the ring. Like, their fucking wrestling ability is just fucking, it's just beautiful. So yeah, it was all good. And then we get the chance to basically just turn around and just watch four great wrestlers have a good match. It was all good. So I can't really complain about it all. It was all good. Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin get the win for them and the retention of the tag team titles. So yeah, it was really good. So now we have got, sweet merciful shit, we've got Sable versus Stephanie McMahon. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this one. Let's just get to it. Okay, this was just a cat fight. It was basically just a cat fight. Stephanie loses after being bull rushed by A-Train. God damn, she got bull rushed by A-Train. Just fucking smacked. Sable hits her finisher for the 1-2-3. Yeah. Nothing really else to say. It was just meh. It was fine, but didn't really need to be on Vengeance. I'm not gonna lie. But a match that does belong on Vengeance is John Cena versus The Undertaker. One of the only one-on-one matchups, I believe. And I'm gonna have to double check that one. So yeah, let's see what happens with this, shall we? Apologies, this is, I think, their third matchup that's one-on-one. They did have two matches on SmackDown previously, which Cena won both. So just a heads up. So just for completionist sake and stuff like that. So there we go. So we just had Undertaker versus John Cena in old school v new school matchup. And I'm going to say this now. This was a fun matchup. It was entertaining. It's basically Undertaker turning around and going, yeah, Cena's going to be a big star coming up. Like, WrestleMania 20, before this pay-per-view happens, he goes on to win the United States Championship for the first time against Big Show. Spoiler alert. And then the year after this, like, WrestleMania 21 is when Cena wins his first world title. So Taker kind of knew that Cena was going to be a big deal to a point in this match. Yeah, Cena did take a brunt of the offense, like 70-30 was Taker, but it's kind of showing that Taker kind of respect Cena in a way as well. Like, I don't think Cena was backstage being an absolute dick. I really don't. But on camera, it's how you portray that. And again, Cena was a heel at the time, so you have to factor that into consideration. But this was just a really fun matchup. Taker being Taker and Cena being fun. Right? It was a fun matchup. Our semi-main event is Zach Gowen versus Vince McMahon. Fuck me sideways. I really do not want to watch this matchup, but we will get to it. Just because of who's in it. Let's get to it, Bob. So we just had Zach Gowen versus Vince, and my God, I forgot Vince gets busted open the hard way in this match. He takes the steel chair. Zach Gowen basically drop kicks the steel chair into Vince's head, but he gets busted open pretty fucking badly. It's the hard way as well. I think the chair lip just smacks him in the head. It's a legit accident. I think it was supposed to be the other way. People think it's supposed to be the other way. It's not. It's the lip, and he just gets smacked with it. Like, I do not blame it, but oh, that looked nasty. Like, that's gonna get a couple of fucking stitches. I'm not gonna lie, Vince wins after Zach Gowen misses a twisting moonsault, and even Zach lifts his shoulder up for the 3, but he's just missed it by a couple of seconds. What is wrong with Zach winning this match? Like, I get why people are going to be like, well, why not Undertaker? Undertaker kind of needs, Undertaker wants to show respect to Cena, even if he's going to have to teach it the hard way, which he does in the match. What is wrong with Zach Gowen winning this matchup, getting a roll up on Vince, and then Vince beating him up afterwards? What is wrong? You basically, you get the same point. Vince doesn't have to win this matchup. Again, Taker doesn't have to win the matchup in the previous match, but it was more about teaching Cena respect in ring. This is just Vince getting his jollies off to a certain degree. I get why it's a one-legged man against Vince McMahon. Of course Vince ain't gonna win. Vince ain't gonna let him fucking win. Let's be honest on that one. But again, what is wrong with having Zach Gowen get a roll up on Vince and then have Vince just beam up, or have AJ come out to beam up, kind of thing? What is wrong with that? Nothing really wrong with it. The crowd were behind Zach. There are people who wanted Zach to win the match. I think Zach personally should have won the match and be beaten up afterwards, kind of thing. But you know what? It was great. And seeing Zach wrestle, seeing the missile drop kick, seeing the way he is able to perform maneuvers and stuff like that on one leg is seriously impressive. It is so damn good. It's a fun matchup. I think Zach should have won, in my opinion. So let us get to our main event of the evening. It is a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. Big Show versus Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar. Let's get to this. So we just had our main event of the evening. John Cena. Fucking hell, it was John Cena versus Undertaker. Apologies on that one. Big Show versus Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle for the WWE Championship. Brock Lesnar was the champion going into it. This was fun matchup. I really think this should have been a one-on-one match between Kurt and Brock, honestly. Big Show was at it, and then one of them could eat the pin on, use Big Show to basically get the pin. But this was fun. It was entertaining. They took, both Kurt and Brock took out Big Show to make it a one-on-one match. It was a fun little matchup to get the crowd just like, yay, we want Brock versus Kurt because that's the match we won. But it does turn out that, Kurt kind of just hits the angle slam on Brock and gets the win. And that's how Kurt regains the WWE Championship. It's a fun matchup. Do not get me wrong. I really do enjoy it. But personally, I think there should have been a one-on-one match between Kurt and Brock. Personally, but hey, them's the breaks. So, what did I think of Vengeance 2003 in general? Actually, kind of a surprise. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't interested in the Indecent Exposure match because that's just, fuck that. And honestly, I didn't like Sable versus Steph. But both those two matches, this is a pretty strong show. I actually like the show. It's pretty strong. It's an entertaining show. if you enjoy those two matches, okay, fine, like that, more power to you, but I'm not a fan of them. I think you can take those two matches out and maybe put in an extra cruiserweight match and, well, put the cruiserweight title on the line in this show, and you're not really going to miss anything, truth be told. But again, good show. It's on Netflix if you want to check it out. And with that, Season 4, Episode 24 of the CWS is in the books. So hopefully join me next week for next week's episode. And as always, the next episode of Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach will be uploaded to the channel on Friday. So with that being said, if you haven't checked out the fail compilations, I will have a link right here to the fail compilation. If you want to check out part 5, part 4, part 5? Well, if you want to catch the previous part, not the fail compilation, the previous part, the part will be right there. And here's just going to be a bit of a random episode of the CWS. So with that, thank you very much for joining me. I will see you guys next week for the CWS. And also, WrestlePalooza, I believe, is just 2 weeks away. So I've got a lot to talk about that. So with that, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.